Okay, I am live. I've only done this like once before, so not that I don't think anyone's gonna pop up and chat, but this should end up on my channel just as to watch later if you want to. So if you're seeing me for the first time, hello. Yeah, today I'm gonna be flying. We're gonna fly around Seattle. It's kind of my favorite place to fly around. I'm familiar with the area. Actually, I think what I want to do today, I want to fly from Vancouver to Portland in a fighter jet. So set that as a departure, and then we'll set Portland as the arrival. There we go. I got the F-16 ready. Flight conditions, or I guess real world flight conditions. So I got my flying joystick here. It's makes flying a lot easier. I did a video. The first video I did with Microsoft Flight Sim was not that great because I was trying to fly with the WASD keys and the arrow keys, and it was just awful. But I found this joystick for like $30 on Amazon, and the game's much more fun to play this way. I don't have like a big fancy computer, so the graphics are not the best that you could see on Microsoft Flight Sim, but yeah, it's alright. I'm trying something new. In the past, I had used my webcam to record myself, but today I'm using my Sony camera. So yeah. Okay, so we gotta do Control Delete. That should take the brakes off. Now I will say, quite often, for whatever reason, this thing just cuts the throttle down on me, so it might take me a couple tries to get up in the air. I don't know what the deal is there, but it happens. It's like as soon as I take off, yeah, the controls just, or the throttle just stops. Yeah, see, there it goes. And I gotta pump it back up with the keyboard. My landing gear. Joystick 6. Is that it? Did I get it? Yeah, okay. Gotta turn upside down to make sure. Got some weird lines out here. I don't think that's real. There's something wrong there. Oh, actually no. I thought I was in Seattle for a second there. I'm not in Seattle. So, I don't know how most people play this game, but I just kind of fly around. I think that's the whole point. But I don't obey the traffic laws. I don't really use it like a simulator so much. gonna fly up here to North Vancouver. You can see, I think it's called the Squamish up there, straight ahead. But we're headed the opposite direction today. We're not going to Whistler. We're gonna go to, we're gonna fly to Portland. So I just wanna, oh gosh, getting all kind of pop-ups and stuff. Vancouver's a cool city if you ever have a chance. I mean, look at that. Those mountains they're just right there. And then there's this huge park here, Stanley Park. And then the downtown area is just awesome. It's an extremely walkable city. It's so flat here. My computer, I don't know why, it's just so chunky. Let me click around. I don't see anybody in the chat, so we can go to the options and see if I can like significantly reduce the graphics here. Full screen resolution. What do I have it at right now? 1600 by 900. So let's go 16 by 900. Gosh, I don't know. 1280 by 600. That sounds good. Okay. So did that do it? Yeah. 1280 by 600. Sharpening. We'll drop it down a little bit. Low terrain vector data. I don't even know what that means. Off-screen pre-caching. That sounds good. Objects level of detail. We'll go down a little bit. Oh man. Volumetric clouds low. Texture resolution low. I think that's probably good enough. Just click the apply and save button. Oh man, okay. I have to restart. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't matter. You can see on my desktop. It's all dev stuff and a couple of games. Almost exclusively Blizzard and Flight Simulator. That is my day in a nutshell. Although Flight Simulator didn't start. Viewers hidden. Huh. Well, I remember last time I did this, I could see that somebody was in chat. Now I can't. It says viewers hidden, but I'm just gonna assume that there's nobody out there, which is fine. Let's see. ASMR videos are hard, y'all. I don't talk a lot throughout my day. I mostly work at home. I entirely work at home, so I almost never leave the house. Like, I can straight up go full on days without leaving the house. And even then, when I do leave the house, I'm going to the gym or something, I'm not doing much else. Granted, in the summer, I do a lot of hiking and stuff like that. And honestly, in the winter, I used to do a lot, but I've been having to share my car with my partner for the last couple of years. Her car broke down, and I went to a code boot camp. Took out a big loan for that. So the point of that related story is I don't have enough money to buy a second car currently. All of my money goes to bills. So, yeah. Man, don't know what to say. Just, going on a random tangent here. One of my favorite things to do is, like pump people up. And I guess, I don't know, one thing I notice is that a lot of people are really hard on themselves. And one of the ways that they are hard on themselves is that they discount all the good things that happen to them. You know, you can spend a whole year having nothing but good luck, but you know, you get let go from your job or something, and it's the worst year ever. When that's not really the case. You know, you had a good year. So try to focus on the positive. I know it's like hard to do in practice, but oh my gosh, let me turn this off. It's a work chat, but they were mentioning free snowboarding, so might have to read that later. I did go snowboarding once this year, and I had a lot of fun. I was worried I wouldn't be able to do it, because it had been a while. But no, I don't think you forget. Snowboarding's like riding a bicycle. All right, we're gonna fly. Got to do the Control D. I like the external view. It's better to me. So we're gonna go full force, and then I think if when I pull up, if I pull up the landing gear, then I shouldn't have that problem. Landing gear, did I turn it? Oh, yikes. I don't know. It's so bouncy and springy. I don't know which of these buttons actually. Come on, go in landing gear. Oh, it's a big plane. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're good to go now, y'all. Okay. I don't know, does this seem a little less chunky? It does to me. We won't go all the way up to North Vancouver this time, because, well, we've already been there. But I do want to fly over downtown. Although I should be going like full throttle. But I'm really slow. Why is that? Well, that's fine. We can go slow. We're going over downtown Vancouver here. It's a pretty cool city. There's a giant boat. There's a word for those. Cruise ships. There we go. Alright, now we're trucking along pretty good. We're up at 600 miles an hour. So my goal here is to fly to Mount Baker. I want to hit up all of the volcanoes in between Vancouver, BC, and Portland. So, actually, I'm going to clear the clouds. Like, sometimes the clouds are cool, but I just want a clear blue sky today. So I want to see where I'm going, right? And I think maybe the clouds, as pretty as they are, they add a lot of processing power, I guess. Man, this looks so flat. I can't tell if that's because I like adjusted some settings, or I think it is actually this flat here. But we're going 800 miles an hour. I think if I go over towards the water here, this will take us to the road. I think this turns into I-5 in Washington. And I think this might be Peace Gate, right below me. Yep, that was the Canadian border. So we're currently flying over I-5, which is the world's longest parking lot. People will park their cars along I-5 from Canada to Mexico. And this is a fact. See, we'll go into Bellingham and then we'll cut out into the mountains. See, Ferndale, I'm not familiar with Ferndale. Might just be like a gas station or something. I don't know why, I'm just like following I-5. Just cause like, that's how I know how to get around, you know? If you find yourself in the Pacific Northwest and you get out of Seattle, you should check out Bellingham. Bellingham's a really cool city. I think this is it up here in this cove. Yep. This is Bellingham. It's a little college town in Washington, just south of the Canadian border. It's got a lot of character. Bellingham's cool, and this lake is one of the few lakes that's like warm enough to swim in the summer. So that's pretty cool, and you get some good views from the lake. I think you can't really tell because I think I've knocked down the scale of the mountains, which is a bummer, so that I can actually fly. But I think you might need like a super legit computer to play this game at its maximum beautiful resolution. We're gonna go on down. So we're gonna head up to Mount Baker here. It's Mount Baker's it's like 11,000 feet tall, I think. It's not our tallest volcano, but I will say it is our pointiest volcano. Like, for example, Mount Hood is a very pointy volcano, but Mount Rainier is just like this big, round dome. So I like flying through these valleys and stuff. Be cool. If I had like a pilot's license or something, I would maybe see about doing this in real life. Obviously, I wouldn't be going like 800 miles an hour. I also wouldn't have the ability to fly a fighter jet. But this is Mount Baker that we're zooming up right now. 11,000, maybe 11 and a half, almost 12,000 feet. The glaciers are pretty cool. They're very like cracked. You get like some pretty great sunsets. There's a hike that is just amazing. It's called Park Butte. It takes you to a fire lookout at the base of Mount Baker, so you can see a lot of Mount Baker. If you get there early enough, you can actually sleep in the fire lookout, which is a pretty epic view. So we're gonna cut into the Cascades a little bit. I believe what I'm flying over right now is Baker Lake, but I could totally be wrong about that. Now we're gonna cut south into the Cascades. We're gonna hit up our second volcano on our tour, which is Glacier Peak. I believe that might be it right in front of us here. I don't think that's back there. I think that is it. You can kind of see. I'm gonna cut west a little bit, because then we can look over our shoulder here. You can, there we go. You can see Mount Baker just over that rear fin there. It's pretty cool. Kind of taking the long route here to Glacier Peak. Cut down into the mountains a little bit, so we can play a little. We can act like we're Top Gun. I feel like I'm probably not gonna be lucky this time. Last time I got a viewer. It's pretty great. I don't know why having like one person watch you on the internet TV is pretty cool. Okay, I can see. So now we're pulling into Darrington here. Darrington, there's not a whole lot there. We're headed up west a little bit, but I think we're still headed south. So I like to come up here. We'll go down the Mount Loop Highway. It's a highway I'm familiar with. We'll come down into eye level here for Darrington. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to Darrington, but man, what an epic view. This is White Horse Mountain right here, coming up. And it's an epic mountain. I have not climbed this one. It looks pretty gnarly. And then this one right here, I believe is Three Fingers, which also has a fire lookout on one of those like pointy crags. I have also not hiked that one because that one takes a full day just to get up to the old trailhead. You actually have to start from the bottom. And then this is Mount Pilchuck right here. This mountain also has a fire lookout on top of it, but this is a hike you could do in a day easily. But yeah, if you're in Seattle for some reason and you have a car or the means to get out to the Mountain Loop Highway, I highly recommend Mount Pilchuck. There's a fire lookout on the top. You can hike up during sunset and see some truly wonderful stuff. See, and then this, I believe this right here is the route of the Mountain Loop Highway, so you kind of follow this river down below me through this mountain valley here, and the further in to the Mountain Loop Highway that you get, the more epic the scenery. So you can't really see, but that is the Big Four Mountain. There's a spot there called the Ice Caves, which is pretty cool. And then I believe this is Monte Cristo. This is an extremely epic hike, but there is a lake up at the top there. But okay, sorry, I took a little detour. I'm sure it's okay though. We're gonna fly. There's a lake. That actually might be Monte Cristo Lake right there, because I think what I'm flying over right now is Monte Cristo. Yeah, lots of good, beautiful, epic hikes on the Mountain Loop Highway. So, what we're coming up on is, I believe, the least accessible volcano in Washington State. This is Glacier Peak, and don't quote me on this, but this may be like the volcano that's the most likely to go off. It seems to be a dangerous volcano, but and there's like a cone right there. It's not one you hear about a lot, but it is a volcano that we have here in Washington State. Let's see if we can get a rear view. Yeah, epic. And that one you can't really see it from the highway or anything else like our other volcanoes here in the state. Yeah, so Glacier Peak is, I think, like 10,000 feet tall. So it's, I believe, I'm not really sure of the height of Mount St. Helens. I think Mount St. Helens might be 10,000 as well. But I think Glacier Peak is probably the shortest volcano that we have here in Washington State. Let's see. Usually you don't need to get much elevation to see. Oh, dang! I'm in Leavenworth. I took a real wrong turn there. Okay, so I see Mount Rainier. It's right there, straight ahead, just off in the distance. So we'll do our usual zooming through the mountains, but see if we can have a little fun and not crash. To me, it blows my mind. Let's see, I've been streaming for 30 minutes, right? And I've gone from Vancouver to Mount Baker to Glacier Peak. This game's supposed to be a simulation, kind of like real world. So if you had a jet, this is like the speed at which you could tour around and see stuff. A fighter jet anyway. We're traveling at 800 miles an hour here. I'm sure this would be extremely uncomfortable and terrifying in real life, especially if you had as much flight training as I do. That's pretty cool. If you drove in a car just to go from like Everett, which is right over there, to Vancouver, that's like 4 hours maybe. So we're flying, literally and figuratively. This is a cool area. I think this is like the Alpine Lakes wilderness area. There's like lakes everywhere, and you can hike to all of them. So many beautiful lakes in this state. I believe that most of them are formed in I believe it's called like a cirque. It's like there was a glacier there, and it like carved out kind of a hole. Look at all those lakes shining in the sun. That's crazy. Bandera State. I think this is I-90. I can recognize that. Oh, okay. I think this is actually Snoqualmie Pass right here. It's a ski area. And then there's this giant lake right next to Snoqualmie Pass. It's real pretty. But we're not checking out ski areas today. There's another lake. Lakes everywhere. We're going to Mount Rainier. So, a couple stories. Mount Rainier is the tallest volcano in Washington State, and it's huge. Its enormity is mind-boggling. Truly, I've never lived anywhere where you could see something for 3 hours and drive towards it and still not be there. And it's always the biggest thing on the skyline. And it's weird because it looks the same size no matter how close or far away you get. It's always the same size, so it's got like a weird optical illusion going. But yeah, you might think of a volcano being like a barren wasteland of rocks and snow and ice and ash. But that is not Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is one of the most lush environments. You probably won't get up to like the snowy, icy part if you're visiting. But you will get up, about 6,000, 7,000 feet or so. You'll see marmots and deer, maybe a bear, like cool shaggy mane mushrooms, and there are wildflowers everywhere. It's truly, it's beautiful. Like around the whole volcano, it looks like somebody has gone around and planted billions of wildflowers. They're everywhere, and there's waterfalls everywhere, and little marmots whistling, because that's what marmots do, they whistle. So now we're headed down Mount Rainier. I believe this is close to the Paradise area. Anyway, there's two places you can go hang out on Mount Rainier. One is Paradise, which is its name. And the other one is Sunrise. Now I think Sunrise is taller. If you're in your car, Sunrise is the tallest point you can drive to. Look at that, epic. You Actually, we're gonna head down here. So there's two volcanoes. The one on the right, that's Mount St. Helens. That's Mount Rainier. And this one, which looks similar to Mount Rainier, is Mount St. Adams. Or Mount Adams. I think it's just Mount Adams. I don't know where that saint came from. Maybe St. Helens. This is just Mount Adams that we're headed to. Mount Adams looks cool. To me, it seems like a more walkable, less terrifying climb. I think Mount Adams is like 11 or 12,000 feet. I could just be guessing. I don't think it's 13. I know it's not 14 because that's the height of Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is king, so or queen, however you want to look at it. But Mount Adams is kind of tucked away. It's more on the eastern side of Washington. But I do think I've seen some videos of people like hiking up Mount Adams, and it really looks like you can just walk up from the parking lot to the summit, and like maybe you wouldn't need a bunch of special gear. And it seemed like, wow, this is like much flatter than like Mount Rainier. It's so flat going up to this mountain. But yeah, that's part of what I was saying. Like, it looks like you could just park in the parking lot and then like wander up this patchy snowfield onto the summit of this volcano without, needing any special like ice gear. Like, I see some glaciers there and stuff, but I don't think it's like absolutely necessary, Okay, we're gonna do a sharp turn over here. We're gonna go visit Mount St. Helens. As I mentioned earlier, Mount St. Helens, still no one in chat. Mount St. Helens is, I don't know how tall it is. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know how tall Mount St. Helens is, but I do know it's the most recently erupted volcano. So Rainier, Baker, Glacier Peak, Adams, none of them have erupted recently, but Mount St. Helens has. I think outside of Mount St. Helens, probably Mount Baker was the last one to erupt. Allegedly. I think I read somewhere that there was an account of some sailors, like back in the exploring sailor days, that mentioned like the fiery cone of Mount Baker. So, gonna give those trees a haircut. Terrain seems a bit flatter out here. Kind of want to come at it from like up here. The sun's right behind it now. It's pretty epic. Whoa. This lake appears to be very high. Wow. That's pretty cool. I want to fly up there. So I haven't visited Mount St. Helens personally yet. It's on my list. In fact, I think I'm gonna make a point to go out there this summer. flying. Oh no, it's a small little lake. Alright. There you go. That is a view. I'm gonna have to visit this lake in real life, because that's pretty epic. You can see the exploded cone of Mount St. Helens pouring out into a lake. And then this bump here in Mount St. Helens, it breathes, it like raises and settles. There's like steam coming out of it and all kinds of stuff. So it seems like a fairly active volcano. It doesn't seem like it's gonna erupt anytime soon, but okay, so that behind us, that's Mount St. Helens. And then we've got Mount, sorry about all the whipping around there. Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams on the right, and Mount Rainier on the left there. So Hood should be down here. I don't know why I can't see it. If I could do this in real life, it would be pretty crazy. Let me move the sun. I think it's like, okay. Come on, there you go. We're gonna go back in time here. Let's do a sunrise. There we go. I feel like I'm flying into the... Where is this? Southwest Washington Regional. Just do a little bit of turning here. I'm sure I'll be able to find Mount Hood on the horizon. Man, how turned around did I get here? Okay. There's a compass. So I do know what I need to do. This is east. So this would put me back towards the desert. So earlier when I said that was Rainier on the left and Adams on the right, I was very wrong. That, I think, on the right, that is Mount Hood. So we're gonna go down. I feel like we're a little too high right now. Alright, and we'll fly on down into Mount Hood in Oregon. This seems right, especially now that I'm looking at the compass. Not just going by the next bump in my path. Mount Hood's pretty cool. Let's see, actually, I want to cruise for a little bit, but what I want to do, I want to make it sunset, not sunrise. I don't know why, but sunsets are, they're more colorful. There we go. So we can see Mount Hood and its glorious sunset awesomeness. And then we'll fly into Portland, and I'll try to land, which, if I'm being honest, I don't think I've landed a land plane successfully yet, so it should be interesting. Plus, I feel like these jets, when they're not going like full throttle, they're very, very wobbly. I would So I think this body of water coming up here might be uh, the the gorge. No, Hood River, Columbia River, the Columbia River Gorge. It's one of those. Stevenson. Yeah. So this goes like all the way out to the ocean. It's a really pretty drive. There's a road that goes along there. It's pretty cool. We'll follow that down to Portland here in a minute. That road's pretty cool. If you drive down it, there's just a bunch of waterfalls. Probably the most famous is Multnomah Falls. Now we're coming up on Mount Hood. Maybe I'll slow down a little bit so we could drag it out a little bit. I'm just gonna. Oh, okay. I'm doing. Oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna say I'm doing two things at once here. I don't know. I wasn't signed in, so maybe that's why I couldn't see if people are saying something in chat. Sorry, I haven't done this before. Wow. That's beautiful. This is Mount Hood, folks. Mount Hood is glorious. I mean, all of the mountains and volcanoes are pretty amazing, especially at sunset. Mount Hood's pretty cool. There's quite a few like ski areas that you can. Here, I'm gonna speed up. We'll do another flyby of Mount Hood, and then we'll go into Portland. I'm gonna try to sign in real quick. Alright, slow down a little bit. Gonna throw on the air brakes. Wow. Oh, losing control there a little bit. We'll get a little more throttle. Gosh, that's epic. But yeah, there's a couple of ski resorts on Mount Hood. One of which I really want to go to, but I haven't yet. Dang it, I messed up. Wow. That's really cool. Dang, look at that. Wow. You can see like two other volcanoes. Probably during the winter you can see like 3 volcanoes off in the distance there. So we're gonna put the throttle back up here. Let's look at it one more time in the rear view. There you go. That's fantastic. We'll go down to the Hood River. We'll use the Hood River to navigate ourselves into Portland. And I will, for the last time, try to log in. Sorry, I have to look at my phone. I know it's rude to look at your phone. In almost any situation, but I'm trying to log in. I can see the Hood River, or I can see the Columbia River up there, so I'm gonna do a little Course correction. Let's see. And I'm logged in. Oh, weird. Cool. That's crazy. I can see my stream. Oh no. Oh, that was close. I hope I didn't wake y'all. Okay, yeah. It wasn't that it wasn't logged in, and that's why I couldn't see people in the chat. It's because no one is in the chat. This is Hood River. Hood River is a very, very cute little town. And it's right on the Hood River, or the gorge. The Hood River, I think, is a smaller one. That comes from Mount Hood, which makes a lot of sense. But we're gonna finish up this live streamy video type thing here by flying through the gorge at sunset. I'm gonna slow down a little bit, just a little bit, and I'm gonna change the sunset just a little bit. I'm gonna do it quickly. Gonna roll back. There we go. Nice. We're gonna fly into the sun, and we're gonna be alright with it because we're pilots. And we have sunglasses named after us. So you know we got them. That road to the left is just a lot of fun to drive down. Like I said, there's waterfalls all over there on that side. That bridge is cool, and I stayed at a resort on the right there. I don't have enough money to do that personally, but my job did like a retreat type thing. It's the first time in my life I've ever had a job pay for something nice like that. But yeah, we just went hiking and stuff, but the lodge was really cool. It was on the gorge, and it was awesome. They had a sauna, and it was real pretty. They had those, those lights, the string lights with the globes. It's always charming, right? Anytime you see those, you know you're in for a good time. Let's see. I thought I just signed into chat. Well, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's out there. Probably not. Dang it, I already signed in. This is silly. This is a very straight river. I'm like not really touching the joystick at this point. Just like cruising. Last time I came through here, it was like late summer, and this whole area was on fire. Huge fire. It was crazy. I pulled over. We were getting coffee, and these people were there getting coffee too. It's this old couple, and they were just like, "Yeah, that fire's headed straight for our house." And they didn't seem phased. It's like, I think it's like normal. It's getting normal out here to deal with fires. I think we're coming up on Portland, starting to see some like urban stuff. Okay. I should be logged in. I don't know why. So there is no one out there. Me yell into the void. Hello? Anyone? Nope. That's fine. I didn't think anybody was gonna end up watching any of this. But let's see. I think, are we in Portland now? I think that's it right there. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like. There you go. I see the skyscrapers of downtown Portland. There's that big ridge there. I don't know where the airport is, but we're gonna do a good old flyby through downtown Portland here. I liked Portland the first time I went through there. I was working at a job. I was one of those cell phone guys that you go to at the cell phone store. And they upgrade your phone and all that stuff. It's a horrible job. People yell at you. People hate you before they even know you. They hate you. You're the enemy. That's downtown Portland right there. But yeah, they sent me to Portland for training, so I had to be there for like a month to learn how to sell phones. Let's see, I think I should be able to like push a button on this joystick. No, that's not it. Boy, this thing is pretty wobbly. Let's see. Point of interest. Portland International. Okay. Oh no. Well, this is how I land. No, 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 no. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. You can do it. I think I'm trying to be too intense here. Airspeed's too low. I swear there was like a button you could push that like, is my landing gear out? No. I want my landing gear out. There we go. Alright. And then somewhere, oh, I think I did. I hit the flaps. I didn't mean to hit them so soon. I think that's what the flaps are for, right? They make it so you slow down a bit more. Man, I really hope that the, I'm just trucking along here. I feel like Harry Potter on his training broom, you know? Let's see. So I came at the absolute wrong direction. So that's the airport there. Let's I can't remember which button I hit for the flaps here. Go away, flaps. I need some more runway here. Okay. Button 10. Which one's button 10? I don't know. Button 10, where you at? I hit all the buttons. Every single one of them. Okay. alongside the thing here. Okay. Gosh. Oh, I see the runway. I see it. I'm so bad at this. So very bad. I think my flaps are on. I got my landing gear down. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I think I might actually do it. Although I'm going like 200 miles an hour. Okay. Okay. I think, oh, I'm gonna land. Look at that. I landed. I don't know how to stop. I just like control D. Put on the parking brake. That'll do it, right? Oh, I did it. Thanks, y'all. You gave me the strength. You gave me the strength. See, I don't know if I can I taxi. Okay, yeah, there we go. I moved a little bit. I don't know how to taxi. Okay, okay. There we go. I just gotta like twist the joystick, but it's hard to move. I feel like I gotta turn the throttle like all the way up. But I don't really want to go that fast. Right? Okay. I'm gonna take this road. I'm going way too fast. I don't think planes are going down these little roadways at like 60 miles an hour. Reduce runway speed. Alright. We're gonna go to the airport. We're gonna pick up some people. And we're gonna take them on the ride of their lives. And then if one of those little cars comes at us, we'll tell them to go away. Let's see here. I don't see an empty spot. Oh, there we go. There's one. I can't stop. There we go. No, you can't have this. This is mine. There you go. That's my little bridge. Oh no, that forklift's gonna hit me. Jerk. Okay. And donk. That's it. We're good. That's the end of the flight here. It's very strange. I'm watching myself on the. Oh hey. There's a person. Cool. I don't think I can throw it in reverse, but I think what I do want to do is try a different location. Go back to the main menu. That's cool. Hello, friendo. Let's see. It's a different location. I feel like I always kind of fly in this area, just because it is a real beautiful area, and I'm familiar with it, so it's easy for me to like fly around and talk about stuff. Actually, you know what we could do? We could take off from Astoria here and fly down. Oh no, I set that as the arrival. Departure. So we could start off in Astoria, Oregon, and fly down the coast. I'm not sure if it's as scenic as the mountains, but I've been to a lot of the towns. I drove down Highway 101. Oh hey, now I can see that there are 2 people watching. Hello. Thanks for watching. I get excited about each individual person. Alright, so I'm gonna do my usual. I'm gonna get rid of the clouds because my computer struggles. And we'll still do like a little bit of sunset. There we go. Control D. And we'll take off. So we're going to take off in Astoria, Oregon. And we're going to fly down the coast of Oregon along Highway 101. I'm losing steam here. And I never can remember. Okay, I think I got the, yeah, landing gears up. So yeah, Astoria, Oregon. This is where, they've got a Goonies museum here. And this area up ahead is actually pretty treacherous waters. The Coast Guard has a big presence here, and they train people out on that spit. One of my friends from back home is actually in the Coast Guard. Back home for me is good old Mississippi. But yeah, he's in the Coast Guard, and he was training folks, I think on helicopters, out of this area. So it's pretty cool. That guy, in high school, we used to go to this place called the Waterfall, and we would just like jump off the top of the waterfall. That's like all we would do all day, just jump off of stuff. It was great, jumping off of stuff into the water. Anyway, we're sitting on the top of this cliff above the waterfall, and my friend's like, man, what should I do with the rest of my life? And we're at the waterfall. I'm like, what do you like doing with your life? Or what do you like doing? He's like, well, I love jumping off of stuff and landing in the water. I was like, you should join the Coast Guard. And he did. He's been in the Coast Guard for like 15 years now. Seaside, Oregon. It's a very cool little town. I haven't stayed there personally, but I always drive through it. The towns I usually stay in are Cannon Beach, which Cannon Beach has like the iconic sea stacks. Gosh, the Oregon coast is just beautiful. But yeah, Cannon Beach has the sea stacks, which are extremely scenic. Actually, I'm gonna slow down. This is what I'm flying over right now. Gosh, I just flew right over. This is Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is cool. That bump. Oh, sorry, I bumped the microphone. That bump in the water there was the big haystack. The final scene in the Goonies, where the ship pulls out, that was taken at Ecola State Park, which is just north of Cannon Beach. And I don't know, for some reason when everybody goes to Cannon Beach, they just look at that sea stack that's like right by the town. But Ecola State Park is epic. So if you walk north of Cannon Beach, there's like sea caves and things like that that you can go walk around in, and it's a lot of fun. And then there's really cool hikes just south, like this, what we're flying over. There's a hike called Short Beach, which is right there. There's a waterfall that falls into the ocean on the north end of the beach there. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think, Manzanita. I've stayed there for 4th of July one time. It's a cute little town. They had like a nice ice cream shop. That's what I remember. I'm gonna speed back up. I stayed in a lot of towns, like going down the Oregon coast. I used to, with my partner now, she can't, obviously it's gonna be hard to like drive around and sleep in your car if you have two people. But when it was just me, I would drive down the Oregon coast on my weekends off. Actually, at the time, I was working on a boat, and it was a ferry that goes from downtown Seattle to downtown Victoria in British Columbia, Canada. But I worked a 4-10 schedule, so I had 4 days of working and 3 days off, and the 3 days off were always in a row, and it was awesome. Anyway, on my 3 days off, I would often come down to Oregon and just sleep in my car and like explore some of these coastal towns. Tillamook over there is not especially fantastic, but the Tillamook cheese factory is there, and you can also get ice cream, very fresh ice cream. But what is epic is this beach. Actually, I'm gonna slow down and turn back around. Hopefully I don't like completely crash. But this is one of my favorite beaches. It's just west of Tillamook. You can actually stay in Tillamook. There's a campground there. But there's this beach here. I'm not sure. The screen's very wobbly right now. Yeah, so right here at the north part of this beach, there's a wall that goes across, but there's a hole in that wall there, and you can walk straight through it onto this other part of the beach with all these rocks jutting out of the water. It's really cool. I don't know why, I like sea caves, like walking through a big hole in a rock next to the ocean, or a cliff next to the ocean, and then popping out, and you see just all these like beautiful sea stacks and stuff. And if you go at low tide, you'll actually see tons of starfish. There's even this like, there's in one of the sea stacks, there's like a well. It's just like this perfectly round, circular hole. And when we looked in it, there were sea urchins, purple sea urchins, all along the walls. It was really cool. I've seen a lot of sea life, starfish, and lots of sea anemones, barnacles, more than you could believe. But up until that day, I had not seen any sea urchins. I think normally they're out a little deeper, and I think we intentionally went out during a super deep tide, or like a super low tide, so we could see the sea critters and maybe get a little further up the beach, because the rocks kind of prevent you from going out to a lot of places. So Pacific City stayed here. I've only driven through it. I think the first time I came to Oregon, the Oregon coast, I came in from Portland. And I think it brought me into that town there. I remember it being kind of cute. But Cannon Beach is cuter, I'll say that. Cuter, more cute. Let's see what the next town is. It's kind of cool. There's a road. You'll have these like bumps where you're like driving through these like tall mountainy areas. Oh no. Okay. Maybe that's why everything was so slow. Because I feel like this sped up. Oh no. I broke the ocean. Actually, I'm gonna bring the sun back a little bit. It's getting a little dark. Maybe that's too much. There we go. That's pretty. Man, maybe I should fly in offline mode more often. This seems to be much smoother. Lincoln Beach. I think this is one of the towns that I just drive through. Some of these towns you just drive through, and some of them are pretty cool. What I'm looking for, yeah, that's the town. Depot Bay. There's a big hill at Depot Bay. I think this might be it right here. But you can look off into the water. And there's gray whales. They just like hang out there at Depot Bay. I remember I went there. I don't remember when, but I spent a good 2, maybe 3 hours there with my camera. I had a telephoto lens at the time, and there's a cool lighthouse on that, like spit. You can't see it from here, but it's there. But yeah, I went to Depot Bay, and I just watched gray whales. It was the coolest thing. I've seen whales from the boat that I worked on. It was very often we would have to stop because there were like orcas swimming around the boat. There'd be like 30 orcas, and when there are orcas nearby, at least in Puget Sound, you can't really move your boat. You kind of have to idle and wait for the orcas to leave. So that was pretty cool. But so I've seen whales on a boat, but I've never seen them from like the ground. And that was cool. And I wasn't just like on the beach. I was like up high, so it wasn't like I could just see their like puffs, which is usually mostly what you see of the whales. But I could see their like them underneath the water. Yeah, I have to go back there. I need to go on another trip with my partner. It's been a minute. We always go to Cannon Beach, but I'm trying to get her to go to Victoria with me. We got some tickets on a boat. This place, Yacht. I call it Yachts, but it's Yachts. This is where the Oregon coast starts getting pretty cool. There's several spots. I think there's like Thor's Well is here, which is like just a hole in the water, or a hole in the rocks. And if you go during like high tide, when the waves come in, they splash up through this hole, and it's pretty epic. You can get some cool shots, especially if you're doing like long shutter speed, long exposure photography, or even just short exposure photography. there's another place called I can't remember. Maybe it's Devil's Cauldron or something like that. It's just like a really rough, rugged area. The water like splashes. That was another place that, when I was by myself, I would just go park nearby, and I spent a good 4 hours there one day, just taking pictures of the rocks, or the water like splashing up on the rocks. I don't know why. I think it's just so cool. The water splashing up on the rocks. It sounds boring to talk about it, but for me, it's real peaceful to watch. Jackson 2622. I feel like most of the people that watch my videos have been watching for a long time. Are you somebody who's been watching for a long time, or did I just like pop up because you were searching for some ASMR videos? I'm curious. Yeah, man, I've been like randomly posting ASMR videos for a long time. My first one might be from like 10 years ago, like back before it was called ASMR. Like it's kind of cool. I've been around this community. Not really making, obviously not making a lot of content for the community, but just like consuming whispery content for a long time. This place looks cool. Oh, this is the dunes. Oh man, this map just doesn't do it justice. I stayed the night here one time. This place looks like the desert, like those sand dunes you see. Oh, it's crazy. You can rent dune buggies, and you can buy like little snowboards. They call them sandboards. But yeah, it's real wild. There's just like huge, like 200-foot tall sand dunes. They like cover up trees. I gotta go back there, rent a dune buggy. Sounds like a lot of fun. But yeah, been making, so I've watched the ASMR community kind of blow up. Originally, when I first started regularly watching videos of like people whispering or speaking softly, it was the BB-8 house videos, which was some kind of reality show, which normally I don't watch reality shows. I got nothing for them. But this one, there was just like a video of these people like chilling on a bed. It was late at night, and they were obviously like planning something against their roommates because it had like a game element to it, and they were just gossiping to each other. And that video was so relaxing, and like people started mentioning it in the comments, like, hey, does anyone else like watch this video to go to bed? And other people started being like, yeah, totally. And then, next thing you know, oh wow, look at all those little beach trails down there. That's cool. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, next thing you know, we would build like playlists, and and stuff, and we would trade them in the comments. Um, yeah, and the playlist they were always like people who are just making videos late at night, trying not to like wake up their roommates and things like that. I remember there was one. It was like a girl, and she was doing like a vitamin. It's like a commercial for vitamins or something. But yeah, eventually, somebody started making videos. I think the user was Whisper Sister. She started like actually making whisper videos, and it was called the Whisper Community. For the longest time, it was just the Whisper Community. And there were like really cool people, like Soothing Whispers. I don't know. He might watch. I feel like he commented on one of my videos, and I felt a little starstruck. He was just like this really nice dude. In Wales, I believe, somewhere around Mount Snowdon, and he just had these great stories of like hanging out and like feeding stray cats. His accent was nice. He's just a really cool, chill dude. He hasn't posted videos in a very long time, but I hope he's doing well. But yeah, I had a bunch of like old school, like whispering community people that I would watch. Some of the stuff I don't recognize a lot of this. I think I'm getting down to like the part of Oregon that's like it's gorgeous. There's like it starts to get real hilly. I think somewhere around here. Somewhere around here there's like a giant sea cave, and you can take an elevator down. That might have been just south of Yachts, I can't remember, but there's like a sea cave. You can take an elevator down, and then there's like tons of sea lions in this sea cave. It's so cool. Like 100 sea lions just chilling. But I think this is the part of Oregon. There's not a lot of little towns. It's gorgeous scenery to drive through, but you're just kind of trying to get through it to get to California. That's another thing, like flying this jet. I've covered a lot of ground, almost to California. Like driving, this would be like a multiple day journey already for me. You know, some folks can drive 18 hours in one day, but I'm not one of them. My car's loud, and the shocks are horrible. Like, it's a workout to drive anywhere in that thing. It's exhausting. Plus, you're like constantly worried it's gonna break down, so that's like a whole nother level of exhaustion. Gosh, look at all these trails down here. That's awesome. But yeah, back to the ASMR slash whispering community thing. It was really cool to like watch it kind of turn from like a couple of people feeling weird about being relaxed during a BB-8 house video to like a full-fledged like genre of stuff to watch on YouTube. Oh, it's the epic part of Oregon. That's Highway 101 down there. Gorgeous drive. If you ever get a chance, do it. Highway 101 from Washington to Mexico. It's my pup. My pup's getting up. Cedar. Cedar, come here, bud. No, he found a new snuggle spot. He's good. It's my pup. He's an Irish wolfhound. He's huge. so sweet. Um, yeah, I don't know. ASMR, pretty cool. Although I will say, um, I like the old school ASMR, like whispering, people speaking softly, stuff like that. Back in the day, like no one was. Everyone felt kind of weird about ASMR. No one really wanted to show their face. So most of the videos we were watching were like a static image, you know, of like a candle or like a coffee shop at fall. It, you know, just soothing, relaxing kind of images, and people would just talk because if I don't know if you're watching ASMR videos, most of the time you're not really watching the video. I would say you're not even paying attention to what the person's saying. It's just like the relaxing sensation of somebody like whispering. It's relaxing. So it didn't matter that you couldn't see people's face. But now, like, it, you know, obviously I'm showing my face. I'm on camera now. But some people are, I don't know, it's turned into something else. Like it was hard enough before being like, hey, do you like ASMR videos? People are like, that's kind of weird. You just let people whisper in your ear and like, do you like that? Like, it's not that. It's not that kind of thing, you know. But now a lot of the videos, they look like that kind of thing, you know. It's a lot of like ear licking and like whenever I'm scrolling through like ASMR video, trying to find one to listen to, it's always like ladies, and it's always like a shot of their boobs. You know, it's whatever, but it makes me like a little less inclined to like share my fondness of ASMR with people because it has kind of turned into like a thing, kind of like that. But I still, ASMR is like a part of my daily life. I listen to it every night when I go to bed. It helps me fall asleep, helps me manage my anxiety, all that. So I'm grateful for it. I won't complain for the state it's in. It's just, it is annoying sometimes when you fall asleep. You find a good ASMR video and you fall asleep, and then you're woke up because somebody's like furiously tapping on a bottle, or like they've got a razor and they're like cutting open the microphone. Like, I don't know. To me, that's not super relaxing. It's grating. But I guess different people have, you know, different ASMR triggers. Goodness, I need to cough, but I don't want to ruin the video. But hopefully no one heard that. But I think I need to end the video. Cedar, come here. You want to say hey to everybody? Come here. Right here. Look. Yeah, you got a big head, don't you? That's my pup. I think that's it. I'm gonna call it quits for the night. I'm out of familiar territory, and I'm just rambling about ASMR. So, I don't know, I hope y'all enjoyed. Dang, a new person just showed up. Hello, new person. Sorry, I'm just leaving now, but maybe you could go back, watch the video from the beginning or the middle, whichever you'd rather do. See, we're gonna go up way high, and we'll end the video on a high note. There we go. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you are relaxed. If you liked it, let me know. I might do the live thing again.